Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a Tottenham on Tour match preview. Here we are, the second round of the Carabo Cup, a round we haven't seen for many, many years. But here we are. The road to Wembley starts early, and it starts under the lights down the road at Craven Cottage. And thanks to Ryan and his outsourcing and his mates, we've got a Fulham fan to speak with us as well. So, Muzzy, first of all, welcome to Tottenham on Tour, buddy, and how are you?
Hey, I'm good, thanks. You alright?
All good, my man. All good. Looking forward to this one. And then we've got fellow Tottenham on Tour member and my little brother, Ryan. How are you, sir?
Doing good. Can't wait for this preview.
Neither can I, man. Neither can I. Let's get into it. So, we'll go to you, Muzzy. First of all, let's have a little talk. What have you made of Fulham's season so far? How it's begun?
Bit poor. I mean, we scraped it against Everton. Everton had so many chances against us, and we shithoused it and managed to get a win there. Brentford was really poor. We got battered 3-0. We shouldn't. I mean, VAR failed its job as usual, and we gave away a penalty and finished with 10 men, and then getting a point against Arsenal with 10 men. I mean, I'm pretty sure you lot celebrated that as much as we did.
Muzzy, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you
I did on
something.
the way back from Bournemouth, I can tell you that.
So I was working. I'm working. I was at the We Are Tottenham TV studios doing the watch along, and obviously we did the Spurs game first. Then we did the fan show, and the fan show went on. And it got to the final 10 minutes of your game against the Filth, as I call them. And literally, when you scored that equaliser, we celebrated it more than how we celebrated the two goals that we scored against Bournemouth. We were going nuts. So it was always good to see. But yes, so far a mixed bag. You're saying?
Yeah, no, it's been mixed, but tomorrow's going to be different.
It's a cup game. It's a big London derby.
Yeah.
Ryan, just quickly to compare, what have you made of our season so far? Forget transfers. I'm just talking about season.
Season-wise, I would have taken 7 points from 9 after 3. You look at it, I went into Brentford on the opening day saying I'd take a point, but we then had to win against United, and we done that. And it was a very professional performance against Bournemouth, the early kickoff, traditionally never easy. So to get 7 points out of 9 to start the season, going into Fulham in the Cup, can't ask for much more, really.
Okay, cool. So, Muzzy, obviously, Carabou Cup, first chance of silverware. What has been your recent history in the competition, and how far have you gone? Has it been a cup that you've done so in, okay, or miserable?
Miserable. Last year we got knocked out by Crowley in the first time going. So that, I mean, I don't think with Marco Silva, I don't think he wanted to take the games. Obviously, you want to take every game serious, but at the same time, he rotated the squad so much, and I think he'll do the same tomorrow. I don't think Fulham have much history in this cup, and I don't think we're gonna try anyway.
So let me ask you another question on that, Muzzy. And this isn't me being taking the piss or anything. Do you reckon last season Silva could have been like that because the main focus was to stay in the Premier League?
Yeah, but then I always look at the Carabao Cup as where it's so early in the season, and Fulham's target's where it's to stay up. We don't want to try take this cup seriously. We'd rather go for the FA Cup rather than the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, I can get that. Hopefully, Silva has got a bit more notes about his squad and everything now. To think like the incredible season you had last season, and it was top half finish you got, wasn't it? So
yeah,
so hopefully he's got a bit more trust and faith. So we never know. But yeah, so your history has not been good recently. What was it like before Silva?
Before Silva, we had what's it? Look, I can never pronounce his name. We had the Serbian when we won the championship, and he got us 23 unbeaten and got promoted. Then he got sacked and we got promoted. Then we had the likes of Ranieri. He didn't have a chance in the Carabao Cup because he came in later. And then Scott Parker, and we seem to get we enjoy getting Man City in the cup, so it's nice to get a change of a different team for once.
Yeah, you got the mighty Tottenham, the Man City Slayers, coming to town. So we'll see what that happens. Ryan, obviously, again, I know our recent history. I wasn't happy with last year's recent history because you'll remember you picked me up from Gatwick Airport. I just landed from Toronto, and then we went to Nottingham Forest last season and had to witness that dismal performance. But this is a cup we have done reasonably well in. It's our last final we got into. It's
No, it's
a
not.
cup we last won. What would you say is our recent history with this cup?
Recent history is either feast or famine, really, isn't it? We usually either go deep or get knocked out early. So I'm hoping we go deep into the competition. Trip to Wembley would be nice. My only sight of glory was the League Cup back in 2008. But I'm nervous about tomorrow. It's going to be coming out today. The preview.
No, it's coming out tonight. It's coming out tonight.
At night. Okay. And obviously,
That's very professional of you, though, Ryan. I must admit that was very professional with what you did there. Well played, tonight. It is coming out tonight, people. So this is coming out straight after recording. So sorry, Ryan. Carry on, brother.
Yeah, and our record against Fulham in cups is also quite up and down. I mean, I remember the 4-0 at Craven Cottage. Fulham tonked us in the FA Cup.
Yep.
So Muzzy, I think, will remember that one. But I also remember when I was younger, also beating them 4-0 at Craven Cottage when King got 2 goals. So I don't remember us
with the lob.
Yeah, don't remember us playing them in the League Cup too many times. So this is a first, really, and it will be good. A good test to see how we do, whether we're going to take it seriously. Whether I do think we'll make some changes, though. I can't see the same 11 at Bournemouth.
All right, so I'm going to stick with you because you said you're nervous about tomorrow. Why are you nervous?
Just a cup game away from home. Me and you were talking before the draw, and all we were saying, just give us a home tie. It didn't matter if it was Premier League, as long as it wasn't Chelsea. Just give us a home tie. You just didn't want to be travelling away from home against a Premier League side or a higher up Championship side or even a League One side, because it just has banana skin written all over it. I mean, we've done so many times away from home by Middlesbrough, Sheffield United, Forest, Norwich. I remember when Bale was. It's just a banana skin. You'd rather have a nice cup run, a bit like how Man United had it last year, where you can get a nice easy trip to Wembley. But Spurs, we don't do it the easy way. It's always the hard way.
The Spurs doing it the hard way since 1882, brother. You should know this. You should know that famous slogan now. Muzzy, how are you feeling going into this game? Is it for Fulham fans right now? Is it we want a cup run? Let's see what we can do, or is it again maintain Premiership survival and then, like you said, the FA Cup?
I mean, I still think we're going to be comfortable in the Premier League. I just feel I don't know if we're going to be top half or bottom half the season because the amount of teams that have been spending money in the Premier. So I feel like tomorrow I'm going in feeling optimistic.
Okay.
I know. I don't know. I don't speak to Silver, but I've got a feeling that he's going to rotate the squad a lot, just because we have Man City on the weekend away from home. So I don't know whether he wants to just be like, oh, we know we're going to lose on the weekend. Let's put out a strong team, or do I rest them players and give Man City a good game? So it all depends. It's a bit of a sticky one for tomorrow, but I've got a feeling we're still going to play good football, but I know your manager plays good football too. So it's been a while since Spurs started playing good football, and it's nice to see that at the same time.
Yeah, you don't need to tell me and Ryan and all the people that will be watching this about what we're seeing right now compared to what we were seeing. But Muzzy, we'll stick with you now. We're going to go to both of you. The way we're going to do this is, Muzzy, I want you to give me your kind of predicted lineup and why you see these changes. Then I'm going to do the same with you, Ryan. Then I'm going to go a bit deeper into the players that you've mentioned. So Muzzy, what formation will Fulham stick to? The same formation, and what team do you reckon he's going to go for?
Yeah, he'll stick with a 4-2-3-1.
Okay.
He'll usually place that. What lineup would I like, or the prediction for tomorrow?
What do you think he'll do?
I think he'll take Leno out of goal. He'll rest him and put in Rodak. He'll make Rodak the cup goalie.
Gooner will stop that ex-Gooner having the game of his life against us as they normally do. So that's one good thing.
I reckon he'll stick with the fullbacks with Kenny Tete and Anthony Robinson.
Okay.
And then I think Tim Ream, he'll start because he's just come back from a suspension against Brentford.
Will
And
he
then
be coming in straight for Bassey? Would that be a straight swap, or they play different centre back?
I think they play different centre backs.
Okay.
But Bassey wouldn't be suspended for tomorrow because would he?
Yep. It continues
be.
into the League Cup. Yeah, so he'll be
Okay,
suspended
so
tomorrow.
I think Diop will start alongside Tim Ream,
Okay.
and then he'll probably start. So I don't know. It's a tricky one. Like I think Harrison Reed will start with Pellegrini. I think
Okay.
he'll start Pellegrini still, and then
Big
he might give Adama Traore his first start.
That guy. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think he'll play with Tom Kearney playing as a cam role, and Bobby Decordova-Reid on the left. And I'd like to see Carlos Vinicius start.
Yeah,
I
his
was
fingers
waiting for
down
that
the
one. I
chalkboard.
wanted to know whether it was going to be Vinicius or whether it was going to be the guy who signed from Wolves, Jimenez.
Jimenez. Now, where Jimenez has been starting every Premier League game, I think
Yes, so
give Vinicius a chance to let him play some minutes.
it's his old side.
Okay.
Show him.
So there we go. There's your selection. Ryan, the same with you. Not what you think you'll see, or what you want to see, sorry. What you think the great man, Mr. Postecoglou, will be doing.
I think he will bring Forster in goal, being the
Okay.
cup goalkeeper. He'll start Emerson Royale. I do think Romero will play, but he will have Sanchez next to him, only because Romero missed out on the game against Brentford. Well, he played, but only 10 minutes for. I think Davis will come in, or he may play Van der Ven left back. He may play Van der Ven left back. Just because of the Adoji slight knock that he picked up against Bournemouth. Even though he says he's all right, I'd rather him be wrapped up in cotton wool.
And also a bit of pace if Adama is on the wing.
Yes. There is that too. Free in midfield, I think he'll play Lo Celso in front of Bissouma and Skip. And a front three of Richarlison up front. On the right, Manos Solomon. And on the left, Ivan Perisic.
All right, so I'll give you
Sonny-
my one. I'll give you my one quickly, but then that's all I'm going to give about mine, and then we're going to dive into your two teams. So I'm going Vicario in goal, Emerson right back, Van der Ven and Romero in centre back. But I like your idea of left back, should it need be. Davies left back. The midfield three being the three that ended against Bournemouth. Skip, Højbjerg, and Lo Celso, and Solomon, Richarlison, and Perisic up top. And the only reason I'm going for those wholesale changes is for once the players that won't be starting, that bench can come on and change any game. Normally, Tottenham are in a way where our bench can't do nothing. If that team need help, there's loads there. But now let's dive in. And there's a couple of players we're going to talk about very quickly. One from each team that are obviously playing against former teams. I'll tell you now, Muzzy, I liked Carlos Vinicius at Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
And when we signed him, I did like what he was trying to do. I did like his power. Don't think he's got a fair crack of the whip, and I think he could have done better, both if we had kept him and he could have done better personally. But what have you made of him last season and what you've seen of him if he started at all this season?
Yeah, I like him. I think he's grown on the fans a lot. When he first joined us, it was exciting, but he came off the bench a lot. Obviously, we had our talisman, Mitrovic. And then I think Mitro got banned for one game, and he ended up scoring the winner against Chelsea, and he instantly became one of the fans' favourite. You know, especially beating your local neighbours, you're like, oh my God. It's like if I've finally seen Fulham beat Chelsea. So it's like, yes. And then when Mitrovic decided to push the referee, Vinicius was starting a lot.
Yep.
And he started to grow, he started to score, he started to show more confidence in the game. But then Mitrovic has gone, and we're thinking, all right, so does that mean Vinicius is going to start more? We don't know. And then Jimenez came in. and he's just back on the bench, and it's a shame because us Fulham fans do like him.
Okay, yeah, he became a big Spurs hero when he scored the winner for you against Chelsea as well, I have to say. And it's serious. And also, you talk about Mitrovic. Yeah, we're two teams that have. Oh, he's gone now. He's back. 1 second, he's back.
Yeah,
He's
but
back. But yeah, we both know what it's like to lose our talisman this year, and
yeah.
so we've heard Muzzy speak about Vinicius. Ryan, what was your thoughts on Vinicius? And then give us talk about Mano. Oh man, oh man, oh. Oh man, oh man, oh. Oh man, oh Solomon. Hey man, oh man, oh man. We're getting that stuff. Honestly, me,
We're getting
Ben
that going
Simeon,
for them.
I get, mate. Spurs song sheets, love ya. James Voice of Spurs, Robbie Williams, love ya. That is the Manuel Solomon song. End of, done. But back to you, Ryan. Your thoughts on Vinicius? Could he come back to haunt us tomorrow?
100%.
And thoughts of Manuel Solomon. So go for what you thought of Vinicius. Touch a bit more on the 100% you've given, and then Manuel Solomon.
Vinicius at Spurs, I felt wasn't given a fair chance, especially in the league. He started one game away at Villa and he got the goal. But again, what so many past strikers seem to have found out is when you're behind Harry Kane, you don't get a look in at all. Not even to be brought on off the bench for 20, 25 minutes. It's normally added time, if that.
Yeah.
And only brought on in desperation. Even if we're 3-4 nil up and Kane's got 2, it's like, no, Kane's got to stay on to get a hat trick. Sorry. And yeah, he definitely had that presence about him where he was quick as well, good in the air, good hold up play. He seemed like your typical Premier League striker, someone that would do well with the right service. And I think with Fulham, if Adama Traore does get his crossing ability right tomorrow, he will be a threat. Definitely will be a threat tomorrow, and he could grab a goal. He will definitely be up for this. He'll want to prove a point 100%. So it's definitely a big worry. On to Manuel Solomon.
Yeah.
What I saw of him, he's only really played 10 minutes for us against Man United. And what I saw of him against Man United, he's a talent. He's a very, very good player. He undoubtedly reminds me of Aaron Lennon, just the way he chops and changes, low center of gravity, bit like Eden Hazard. So there's your comparison, Eden Hazard and Aaron Lennon. Obviously, I want to see him start in games, and I want to see what he's about. That will come in time. But I do think we've got a player on our hands. You know, he's still young, 24, 25, I think he is, 24. So look, he's going to have to earn his right to start, and what better way to earn that right by have a good performance if he does play, but putting in a good performance against his old side.
Okay. So do you reckon he gets a goal?
I hope he does. It'd be great. Imagine him scoring the winner in front of the Spurs fans.
Then I'll be singing that. People will be able to hear me back here in North London. Muzzy, what was Fulham's fans' thoughts of Manuel Solomon? Is he going to get a good reception? And will he come back to haunt you?
It'll be a mixed reception for him.
Okay.
He's a very quick player, like very fast. He had like a really good spell, like end of January to February, where he scored 5 in 5. But after watching him play non-stop, like don't get me wrong, he's a good player, but he just felt like a one-trick pony where he'd play on the left, cut in, and then try bend it with his right into the corner, which is what he done against Wolves and what he done against Leeds. And he just we rely on our wingers to track back, and he didn't really enjoy tracking back. So when Fulham fans saw that we weren't going to sign him, we weren't really upset about it. It was like a weird. Like obviously some fans wanted him to stay, but he didn't really make he wasn't a consistent player for us. I mean, we absolutely shithouse. We got shithouse by Brighton away. and then he ended up getting a ball, through ball, through and goal, scoring the win in the 89th minute. And I think for that one game, he became like the fans' favourite. And then he carried on playing, and he just weren't consistent enough. But it'll be a mixed reception from the fans tomorrow.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah,
So, before we give predictions, which we'll do shortly, I want 3 key men that you think are going to be vital and have a big impact in this game. And we'll start with you, Muzzy. So give us the player you think and what kind of key impact they could have.
I mean, I really want Pellegrini to start. I would love it if he starts, because that geezer knows how to tackle. Honestly, we need that man in the middle of the pitch and control that midfield, because he is such a massive player for us. He's just, I mean, he made the most tackles in the Premier League last year,
Yeah.
and he was cleared by 40 tackles. So for us to have him on the pitch is vital. We need him starting tomorrow.
Okay. So that's one. Who's the second?
Adama Traore.
Because it's like beef juice. If you say that name one more time, it may come true. Yeah. Tell us why. We all know why.
Tell you what, I would love to oil his arms and just watch him run. He knows how to.
Have you seen that commentary, Muzzy, of the Spanish commentator when he's playing against a team in Europe? And literally for Wolves, he gets the ball in that Wolves halfway line. He starts running through the pitch, and he just makes the noise of a Formula One car. He goes the whole one of his run. Yeah, he terrifies the death out of Spurs fans.
Yeah,
Do you see him starting?
I hope he. I think I do see him starting, because he hasn't really started in the league. So for him to let him play at Craven Cottage, let him start his, first game, and let's see what he can do. It doesn't matter if it's a cup game or a league game. I just want to see him on the pitch. I want to see him start, and I want to see him from the beginning rather than the last 10 minutes.
Okay. And the final one that you think is going to have an impact?
Tom Kearney.
Okay, he's a player I do like. He's dropped off recently, though, hasn't he? But how do you
I
think
wouldn't
he
say
can
he dropped
impact us?
off. I wouldn't say he's dropped off. I'd just say that he's become very injury prone with his knee.
Okay.
So he hasn't really had a lot of game time due to his knee. And then, I mean, if you had to choose a player between Tom Kearney and Andres Pereira, who would you rather?
Andres Pereira.
Yeah, which is why he's been starting a lot more games, and Tom Kearney will then switch for Pereira. But Tom Kearney's the kind of person that can also control the ball in the middle, and he's got a magic left foot. He's just got, if he unleashes a left foot tomorrow, I think I would be celebrating for the ball to the back of the net. But that's if we score. I hope we do.
Okay, so we've gone for Paulinho. We've gone for, I can't say his name because that'll be the third time and Beetlejuice will happen, so I'm not going to say it. Let's just say Roadrunner and Tom Kearney. All right, so that's your 3. Ryan?
Yep.
Your 3.
Number 1, Ivan Perisic.
Okay.
100%. His delivery, his crossing ability, his experience will be important tomorrow night. And I expect him to actually have a really good game tomorrow. I'm expecting a couple of assists. So him, number 1.
Okay. Numero 2?
Richarlison, because of number 1. I think having Solomon and having Perisic, one of them, we're yet to see whether Solomon can, but the service, we're saying Richarlison hasn't had the service, or because for me, Richarlison is kind of like that fox in the box, or he needs the service through crossing, and Kulu cutting in, Song cutting in, he's not going to get that service. So Perisic being able to beat a man and cross it with his left foot being on the left wing, and Solomon on the right hand side, being able to beat a man and cross it, might feed into Richarlison's strengths. So hopefully that will help Richarlison, and he may get a goal tomorrow. So I'm going to go left field.
Okay. And now for option 3.
I'm going to go with Bissouma. I think Basuma will actually drop in a little bit more, depending on who's playing left back, to actually help cover with the pace of Adama Traore. So I think Basuma and whoever the left back is will have to have a really good game to keep Adama Traore quiet.
Don't say you said it for the third time. What have you done? What have you done? If he has a blinder tomorrow, I am coming straight for you, Ryan. And
The
so
one thing, Muzzy, the one thing you will have to get used to with him. I've said it 3 times, so I can say his name as many times.
You screwed it up. So listen, everyone,
With
blame
Adama
Ryan.
Traore,
If Traore had the
he's got
blinder,
pace. He's
you
got
know who to
pace,
blame.
burn. But what you saw on Saturday in stoppage time when you had the chance to win it, is pretty much Adama Traore in a tee.
It's just one chance.
You'll do it against
Sheetman in the 93rd minute, hopefully.
Oh God. And then I'm gonna have Dagul screaming down me saying, "I told you, you shouldn't have said it the third time."
Screaming, whispering, calling, getting on the tannoy system at Craven Cottage, blaming you, just everything I can. You've Pandora's out of the box, Beetlejuice is out, and is in the shape, size, and form of Adama Traore. Okay, so let's wrap it up. I'm gonna give my prediction first of all, and I said it on We Are Tottenham TV. I think this game, I can't remember, this game, if it goes 90 minutes, is it extra time penalties or now is it straight penalties?
Straight to penalties.
Okay. So I'm going 4-2 Tottenham. I'm going for a back and forth goal at Craven Cottage. Ryan?
3-1 Spurs. I think we will just be too strong, especially if Fulham do rest a couple of players. But yeah, 3-1 Spurs. In the end, a comfortable night.
There we go. And yourself, Muzzy?
So I said I gave my prediction earlier on another podcast, and I'll keep it the same. I said there will be 2-2 between on penalties.
2 on penalties.
Yeah.
And Adama Traore gets the winning penalty. Guess where I'm going, Ryan? Guess where I'm going?
Right outside that training ground, protesting against leaving.
Mate, that's another show. That's something else. Well, that wraps this show up. Muzzy, do you have your own channel or anywhere people can find you if they want to hear more from you or social media presence?
I've got a Twitter account, but I just troll Arsenal and Chelsea fans most of the time if anyone wants to join in.
Oh, you're always more than welcome on this show. You're preaching. Where can people find you? What's your Twitter handle?
It is Muzzy and then BOII, so Muzzy Boy, but with 2 I's at the end.
I'm going to follow you instantly after this show after a comment like that. Ryan, where can people find you, my brother?
Right here on Tottenham on Tour. Obviously, if you want to follow me on Twitter, Ryan Levy out 14. Tomorrow, obviously, you'll get my instant match reactions videos. We will post videos. Me and Dagul both being there. We'll try and get the clips up of any action that's going on in the match. Obviously, it's not going to be live, and so go check out our YouTube to see any of the match instance of the match that we'll be recording, and also obviously the live match reaction you'll get from me, hopefully positive and not negative.
Yeah, let's hope it's positive. Yeah, Ben Kaufman and Brian Ireland will be uploading things as quickly as we can send them to him, so they will be going out as instantly as possible. Muzzy, once again, thank you very much, brother. Let's hope the two of us are celebrating going into the third round of the Carabo Cup. But it's been a pleasure having you on the channel, brother. Listen, everyone, thank you for watching this. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. And as always, Levy out.